everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley. I am a writer paving a creative life for myself, and it's been a hot minute since I updated last, so here we go. So at the beginning of this video, I was rearranging my desk. I opened a brand new mechanical keyboard that I bought called the Popkeys Logitech Keyboard, which I am having so much fun with. By the way, the only thing is I really wish that it came with lights for underneath the pop keys. I think that would have just been an added feature that I would have died for because I love using the light up features on my current laptop. So that's kind of what happened at the beginning of this video, where I'm just rearranging, cleaning up, getting ready to start this next phase for phase 1 of the m.e.l Mad Editor Laboratories Challenge created by Corey N. Davis. Once I was able to get all of that set up, I officially began phase 1. You saw in my last video that I began by rearranging my outline through different multicolored note cards. In this video, I began transforming that outline into the mice outlining method that Corey had actually told me about, which is all about coding different plot points in order to really follow and get to know your characters and character arcs.
So I'm now in the journey where I am transforming all of those outline cards into mice. So we'll see how that goes.
Hello everyone! So those who've been following me for a while know that in my last vlog I began the outlining process for phase 1 of m.e.l that I'm participating in for revising my novel / rewriting my novel. And this week I am transitioning from that outline and I'm going to be trying to transform it into mice. So for those who do not know what mice is, it's basically this outlining method where you use these things called codes, mice codes, and it's in kind of that 3-act structure again, but you're using each one to determine whether or not your book is symmetrical. So Act 1 opening codes is supposed to mirror Act 3 codes except in the opposite order, and then it also has like try-fails for Act 2 fun and games. So the template that I have kind of meshes Save the Cat with the mice method. So mice stands for milieu for M, I is for idea, so a mystery or a question they're trying to solve, C is for character goals or challenges, and E is for event, disaster, etc. Or a big change. What that means for me and my book is that I'm kind of in this process of where I'm just trying to double check the outline that I created and make sure it's really where I want my book to go. So taking a step back, being able to see everything full frame, full picture is going to help, I think. That's what we're gonna do. I also have my first working writer stream tonight, so hopefully I can get some more work done then, and we'll see what follows suit. So ciao, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All of this happened about a week ago, okay? So it's been a little bit of a minute since I last updated you guys, but today is Sunday, February 6th, I believe. Yep, February 6th. I'll double check. Yep. It's about 1:38 p.m. Sunday, February 6th, and I just wanted to go over kind of what happened this week, what I was able to get done, where I'm at with the whole mice method, as well as reflect on how that mice method worked for my novel. And then I'm gonna get into where I'm currently at and what I am now working on as we get ready to start phase 2 for m.e.l. So let's get started. My hands are really dry, hold on. Also, if you guys hear any creaky vent noises, my vents are being really weird this afternoon. So if my mic picks that up, I apologize for the weird sounds. So a lot has happened in the past week. I had my first 2 working writer live streams where I was able to get all of my mice outlining done. I forgot to bring them downstairs while I was recording this, but they are upstairs and I will show them to you, etc. But basically I was able to fill in each. So we had the Act 1 opening codes, which should have mirrored Act 3 closing codes, but in the opposite order. And then we had places where we could put notes for Act 1, the Act 2 try-fails and the fun and games. And then we had the place to put notes for Act 3 where we have the climax and the resolution of the story. What I noticed during this experiment for outlining was that 2 of my characters were able to fit into the mice method very cleanly. I already had my major plot points set up. They're a lot more involved than the other 2 characters, so they had a more fully formed character arc from beginning, middle, and end. Whereas my other other two characters do not show up as frequently, so it was a bit harder to figure out what their inciting incidents were, as well as what their main tri-fails were, and especially the climax. So for Will and Evelyn, I felt like my climax didn't really fit up to climax standard. I had a really hard time getting my climax to, I don't even know, like feel like an actual climax, whereas for Dana, and especially Dana, because she's the main protagonist, she shows up the most in the novel, hers fit together perfect. Jacob, for the most part, also was like very much like we knew what his climax was, but for my other two characters it was a lot harder to kind of fill that in, and so it took longer than to fill it out. So I feel like I need to go back in, at least for Evelyn and Will, and really like think about what I want to happen to them and what they needs to change for them in terms of their character wants and needs. So that is my next step for those two characters, is to kind of take a step back. Then what I started doing yesterday was I created a brand new scrivener, which I labeled Dance of Shadows Draft 3.5, because I technically wasn't done with Draft 3 by the time that I'm creating this new scrivener, but because I'm starting with a new outline, I wanted to start from scratch and really take the time to go chapter by chapter, scene by scene, and really figure out like what is going on with this book and what the heck is happening to my outline as well as we go through. This is the second time that I fully revamped my outline as well, so if you're interested in any of my previous processes for outlining and rewriting my book, there is a playlist devoted to Dance of Shadows revision vlogs. Make sure to check that out after the video. I will also take this moment in time to ask anybody who is not subscribed to my channel to subscribe if you wish, or enjoying anything that you are hearing now about my processes for writing, etc., and give this video a big thumbs up if you're liking what you see so far, as well as hit that notification bell, because that will help you not miss another video of mine. As I am continuing to upload portions of Draft 3 that is going into Draft 3.5 that I know are not changing because of how my outline is situated right now, I am also doing part of the rereading process that is significant for Phase 1 completion. So as I'm going through and I'm uploading, I'm also reading those chapters, and yesterday and today I did end up revising Chapter 3, which is supposed to not be a part of the process. You're supposed to read through before going back and revising anything, but I just saw so many problems. I just could not resist myself, so I went in and I revised it. And honestly, it's probably best that I did do that, because I just released the last installment of Chapter 2 for my critique group, which means that we'll be going on to Chapter 3 in about 2 weeks. So having my Chapter 3 revised and kind of resituated so that I could just take a scene and transfer it over in a couple weeks and not worry about it while I'm trying to work in Phase 2 for Mel is probably not the worst thing in the world. So I'm forgiving myself on that part a little bit. So if I'm seeing anything major, at least through the next couple of chapters, I will probably fix it a little bit as I go, just because I'm at a place in my rewriting process where it's not quite as necessary for me to read without touching anything, just because I had already done that a year ago when I started this. And because I am not like completely done with it either, I feel like interacting with the text a little bit more and shaping it will also help me as time progresses and I'm coming up with the new plot and I'm making sure that the new plot actually works with what I had before. So is it counterproductive? Maybe a little bit, but I'm actually feeling kind of happy about where it's going and what's happening. So like I said, I'm gonna forgive myself and give myself a pass on this. So right now I am on Chapter 4, reading Chapter 4. I do have to take a break now this afternoon. I just did some cleaning upstairs, but now I need to take a break and actually read the stuff that we have for my critique group on Tuesday. So I'm going to take a little bit of break from reading my own stuff and read some other people's stuff and comment on that and things, because I am staying on with my full-time position now through April, I think, or beginning of April. It's either going to be like right before their spring break or right after their spring break is when the teacher I'm subbing for is going to be coming back to the class. So I have a lot of time, but it will be perfect timing for when I'm starting a new project in April. So stick around with me for that if you're interested in me starting a brand new project. And yeah, so I'm really excited for that too. I'm trying to like make sure that I get all of this stuff done first though, and like really find an ending place for A Dance of Shadows. And so my goal is is really to try to finish up this draft 3.5 by the end of March. And that is going to be a stretch. Right now it is February 6th, which means I have like a month and a half-ish. Mel itself, this challenge ends mid-March, but I'm gonna take it to the end of March, I think, just to try to finish it out. And then I'll take a week off, and by second week of April, I'm going to start my outlining process for a new book, which my outlining processes for creating a brand new book is a lot different than all the stuff that I've been doing right now for the rewrite. So that'll be really interesting. I'll probably try to do another experiment video where I am gonna try a new outlining method that I didn't do for A Dance of Shadows, and that should be really fun. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, because that is something that will be coming up fairly soon on my channel. So good things ahead. I think that is all that I want to say right now about that and where I'm at in my process. So I will check in with you guys soon as I am done reading through my novel until I had left off, until after what I had left off from NaNoWriMo. So I will catch you guys soon as I continue my rereading process, and I'll update you with whatever the heck I find out about my book that's a mess that I already know it's gonna be a mess. Again, still a mess. Words aren't even working anymore. I will update you when I can confirm the messiness of my novel. If that's a thing. I'll catch you guys soon. Mwah. Alrighty friends, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video from me, and leave a comment. Let me know where you are in your novel writing process. What is your biggest struggle right now in the writing process that you are in? And if you have any topics you would like me to talk about in my future videos, please leave them below. I would love to talk with you and have a conversation with you back and forth, and be able to provide videos that are of an interest to you, specifically you. So without ado, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you next time with another video. Bye and subscribe.